the local real estate market in and around Salt Lake City in the past 2 weeks since 2025 kicked off. We're seeing a little bit of new inventory. Couple more homes on the market. Happy to see it. I don't think it's a stretch to call that a little bit of pent up supply. Folks that were sitting on the fence through the holidays while they're doing the Santa thing. Before that, through the election, when a lot of us were just focused on something else. A lot of that pent up supply, people sitting on the fence, hopping off the fence, hopping into the market in the last 2 weeks. Just a slight uptick in inventory, even though countywide, across counties on the Wasatch Front, we are currently on a downward trend for the supply of available homes, which I'm using interchangeably that phrase with the word supply. So typically, if 2025 follows recent seasonal trends, which you can more or less set your watch to in the last few years, we're seeing inventory levels hit their high in like late fall. It happened late October, call it Halloweenish, this last year in 2024. In the previous few years, we were seeing that in early November. Just call that roughly the same time in early fall, where you hit that inventory peak, and then basically consistent week over week declines until early spring, like when the flowers come out in March, April, and then of course reversing itself. Like I mentioned, more or less can set your watch to that. So on the supply side, kind of fun to analyze. Moving to the demand side, always looking at those two curves and how they interact with each other. Demand has been a fascinating thing in the last year or so. Mortgage rates just up and down, like inside of a point for 30-year fixed. Wild to see. Sure, we'd love to see a flattening there. But on the demand side, we have seen demand high enough to keep looking a little bit wider. Absorption rates across counties on the Wasatch Front slightly tilted towards sellers. Absorption rates currently sitting at around a few months, just slightly tilted towards sellers, and it's early January. So kind of fun to look at that. But where we see things get a little bit interesting is the big variance, the large variance in what people are seeing, what the velocity of sales in different parts of town. So in some neighborhoods, you're going to see extended days on market. You're going to see those signs in yards for a long time, and you're even going to see some expireds out there. And expireds are homes that list on market. They do not sell, they pull from market. Not a fun thing to have happen to you, but it does happen for plenty of folks out there. But seeing a big variance across neighborhoods. Other ones, not uncommon to see multiple offers. You're probably noticing those move pretty quick. So a big variance across neighborhoods there. But my main recommendation for what to do out there is make sure to consult with your local agent. If that's me, great, excited to work for you. If I'm not the right fit for you, that is totally okay. But make sure to consult with your local agent on what is working, what is not working out there. Maybe have them crunch some data for you, be able to show their homework a little bit. But make sure they're walking you through that. I would argue this is hugely important for buyers. Pretty important for buyers to look at that sort of thing. Sellers, pretty important for you to look at that sort of thing too. Also important for the curious that like to stay informed. Of course, if I can help you, very much would be honored to do so. Do feel free to reach out. Thanks so much.